If you have a website that uses any of Google's services, such as a Google Map or Google Places, you're going to require a Google API key. Now, I'm going to show you how to get a Google API key in this video. So firstly, just go to Google and type in Google API. This should bring up this site here for the Google Cloud Platform. And you can just click on that link. Now it's going to ask you to sign in with one of your Google-based emails. So if you have a Gmail account or if you have a business email that is powered by Google, or you can create a new account. I'm going to just select one of these accounts. It's going to ask for my password, and then I just click next. This will take me to the console. There we go. Now it's asking me to just specify my country and to agree to the terms of service. So at the top of the screen, once you're in the Google console, there's a drop down that says select a project. Click on that. Click on new project. Now give the project a name. It's Tractor Shack. And let's click create. It'll take a few seconds. Okay, let's have a look here. So now we've got the project selected. And let's just go click on this Enable APIs and Services button. Now you can search for APIs. So if you're using Google Maps, type in Google Maps. So there are different map APIs, as you can see here. So depending on your site, there's the Map Embed API. Let's just go through this list just to see some of the other options that are available. There's the Google Places API. And as you can see, there are lots of different APIs that Google offers just around maps. So let's see here. So let's do the Google Maps Embed API. Okay, so we'll just say enable. Okay, so the Maps Embed API has been activated. Let's check here, and we'll just click Enable API to get back to that list with all the different APIs. Let's search for maps again. So if you're not certain exactly which Maps API you need, then you can just activate the ones that you think you might need. Let's see here, enable. And if we click on this list again, we can now see we've got the embed, maps embed and maps static. And I'm going to just enable one more, which is the JavaScript map. So let's just search for maps again. And we'll just take this maps JavaScript API. A lot of websites or templates will use that API. Perfect. Now let's just see here. It's asking me to activate. So click on activate. And it's going to take me through a few steps here to enter my business information and my credit card information. And essentially, what Google is doing now, they are charging for the use of their data and their APIs. When you sign up, you get a $300 credit to spend on Google Cloud Platform over the next 12 months. Okay, so unfortunately, this is the reality now with Google. They've set everyone up to use all their third-party services that they're offering, and now they're starting to charge for it. So that's why you're now required to set up your own Google API so that you can be billed for the usage of those services. If you have a website that gets a lot of traffic, then your charge will be higher than someone that gets very little traffic. And the charges are very minimal. It's like a fraction of a cent every time a visitor goes to your site and they load a page that has a map on it. So for example, your contact page, that would be one call to the API. So I'm just going to pause my screen while I fill all these fields out. Just because I'm going to be entering some sensitive information, and then I'll just go through the process to start my free trial. Okay, I've just entered my payment information. So Google now has my credit card on file, so that can charge me in the future for the usage of their map in this case, or whatever services you're using. And there's lots of different services that Google offers that makes application development and web development just way easier and intuitive. Obviously, if you're not using Google's map, then your alternative would be to use a different type of map. Anyway, now that we're set up, our API is functional and can be tied to your website. So now what we'll do is we'll just click on APIs and services. This will show, here's the list of APIs that we have. If we click on credentials and then click on create credentials, click on API key, this will generate a key. So you can copy that. This is the API key that we need. Here it says you can restrict your key to prevent unauthorized use in productions. And then you can apply restrictions to it. This would be the option to select. So it's only used for your website. And then click save. Anyway, there you can see now I've got one API key set up. And if I click on this little icon here, it'll copy it. There you can see it says API key copy to your clipboard. That is the key that you need to send to us so that your maps will continue to function on your site. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, shoot an email to me, Squareflo.com, or just go to Squareflo.com and fill out the contact form and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.